gotta work and you know I'm doing that. Never stop, always on attack. Locked in the past.
Yo, fucking intro. Just got back from the gym, literally. It was a great day. I dunked and lifted, but it was just such a good day. I went so hard, hit everything, made progress, and it was just way too much for me not to rant about. And it was just one of those days where it started off, and I've had a couple days in the past like week of workouts, which is like 4 or 5 maybe. I just have been going downhill, not bad, but I just could feel my energy levels, or I just felt like I really needed to make progress before I needed to like kind of reevaluate, like, okay, something's going wrong here with this phase. I was earlier in this week, if you know, the podcast is supposed to be daily, but I missed yesterday actually. The last 2 podcasts before this one, 55 and 56, I believe. Welcome to Still Spinning 57, by the way. I talked about thinking I need rest, then realizing I don't need rest. I'm just losing a little elasticity, and I don't need to stop my strength training phase, and I'm heavy in it, and I was happy about that because I definitely felt like I was not pushing the hardest. I felt like I was just getting started with the phase. So now I'm like ready to go, and there's a lot that goes into that, so you can check out those podcasts, how I figured that out. But anyway, today and yesterday was kind of like a warm-up for today. I rested 2 days. I warmed up with some dunks, and I just did terrible. I didn't jump that badly, but I jumped low, and like my dribble dunks, the technique was really off, which has like been the main focus of what I'm trying to do. It was a 9, 10.5 rim. I should be able to easily do that, 2 hands off the dribble, and just couldn't. Had a couple good jumps, but just like did not feel there, and I was just kind of worried, like what was that? And I let my focus slip, so I was like, I couldn't get the 2-hand dribble dunk, so I just tried over and over and over again. When before that, I was having great sessions where I would do balanced jumps, meaning jump from one angle, jump from another, try a reverse, try a 360, try left-right approach, try 1 foot, and I didn't really do that, and it just was like, I felt like I lost control a little bit. But either way, it was just kind of a warm-up for today, and today I was like hoping I didn't overdo it yesterday with too many jumps, and I went to the gym with the plan of working, like getting ready to dunk, and warm up to dunk, and then squat and get back to heavy lifting and have a good day lifting. And the last lift I did was on Sunday. Today's Thursday, and I did 245 times 8, which was a PR. The workout before that I hit times 7, so this workout I hit times 8. So it was good. So today I started warming up. I felt pretty good. My energy was there. And then I started jumping and dunking, and like my technique was good. It was a lot better. I was focusing on it. I was doing a very methodical warm up, and then I started like throwing some lobs or trying some dunks, and I just like felt like I had like very lacked a lot of vertical. And I also was just like, I need to have some good jumps, because that was the problem with my last strength phase, which I talk about a lot, which is when I tried to do the hex bar deadlifts over and over again and get stronger, and I got way stronger in that, but my elasticity and my athleticism went way down. Like I did not maintain it at all. So that way, when I stopped the strength training phase, my vert was way down, my athleticism was way down, and I had to like dig myself out of that hole to even get back to normal. So now with this strength phase, I'm trying to do a little bit of both at once, focusing on the strength training, but trying to maintain my vert. And today I did that, and I pushed through, had some moments of visualization, just knowing I can do things. And the start of this journey, which was actually this weekend, I'm supposed to get the 2-hand tomahawk off 2 feet on 10 feet. That was my goal when I set out about 2 months ago. And I don't know if I'm going to get it, but the point was, when I started it, it was all about manifesting and visualizing it. And I made breakthroughs. I hit the 2-hand dribble dunk that I've never hit before. You can go check out those goals. I hit an elbow hang. And now after I hit those goals, I was like, okay, I'm on a good path. And I kind of lost sight of that power of visualization and power of like confidence and really believing in myself. So I thought about that this morning. I'm like, I'm not really, because yesterday at the gym when I was warming up, I was like, I should be able to do this dunk easy. I should this, blah, blah, blah. And I just didn't. And so today I'm like, you know what? I'm going hard as I possibly can. I'm having a good day, and I'm going to dunk. I'm going to have a few max jumps at least to show me that my vertical is still there. And then I'm going to lift, and I'm going to lift heavier and make a PR. And I did both of those things. I didn't hit the 2-hand dribble dunk on 9/11, but I don't even think I was jumping like high enough to do so. And this is a great sign, is that I was jumping 100% off the dribble with 2 hands. I felt like I had a maximum jump I could possibly get, used my speed perfectly, my takeoff perfectly, had a good arm swing even, which I don't even know if I've ever done, but just, even though I back rimmed it, I got close, I did it like 3 times in a row, felt great. And one big key was I took off a little bit further, just a better distance, and it felt like the most optimal distance. And I really can see myself now exploding off the dribble for the first time ever. Even though I've gotten dunks and I didn't even dunk it today, or meaning I completed that dunk, and today I didn't even complete the dunk. It just felt like I can see myself making progress with that because I have the technique 100% down. And that's not to say that it won't fall off again, because it always does, but I have it in my head now, and I was able to break through. And then I had a big windmill attempt. I missed, but I made another one. But I had like a really high toss that I just went for and got a full jump, and I had a much better jump. Like watching the clips, if you watch the vlog from today, it'll be number 379 in the dunk journey. So many videos, so many numbers. If you watch the first couple dunk attempts, it looks like I'm going like hard, but like slow. And I even mentioned in the video that I look slow. And then I just kept pushing myself, try to go a little more. And I felt like I pushed myself harder when I threw that windmill attempt, and that kind of snapped something for me. It's like, you know what? And I breathed. I made sure I took a big deep breath and make sure I got a lot of oxygen and rested and really pictured it. And oxygen's a huge thing, is that it helps everything work better. It helps your mind work better. So like little things that I forgot about through this thing that I had to remind myself about today, about visualizing it, believing, and breathing, and all these little things I had to really focus on. So I had a great day jumping, and then after jumping, I'm like, man, I went kind of hard. I hope I can lift well. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go hard, even harder. And I did. I just warmed up to 185 because I was super warm again. Then put on 255, a weight I haven't even done yet, and hit it for 7. My goal was 6, and I hit it for 7, so I was super pumped. Did another 2 sets. Before that, I've only done two in total, 2 sets of the working set, which is like the max set, but I did 3 total working sets today. 245 for 7, then 4, then 3, and then I did like 135 super light. You can see the whole workout on the vlog as well, but I just went super hard. And then I added single leg deadlifts. I did push-ups, like elevated push-ups. I did hip hinges that I just could feel every muscle in my legs being worked. My legs were shaking. And I did the single leg deadlifts are super hard for me because I'm inflexible and my balance isn't that good too as well. And I did those. I hate doing them, but I'm like, you know what? That's why I should do them, because I need some single leg work. Because I knew I was going to do the hip hinges today because I needed to stretch out my hamstrings. I just wanted to add those because I liked those in the past. And the hip hinges are kind of like a deadlift, but kind of focusing on just trying to stretch and then like explode up. And I knew I was going to do those today, and that hits the hamstrings the same way the single leg deadlifts. But I'm like, I know I need to do single leg because single leg is really important for just jump training in general. You don't want to just only train both legs at the same time. You need some single leg work in there. So all of that combined, I just went harder and harder every rep, every set and every rep. I just went harder, kept pushing myself. I'm like, this is a real workout. I'm pushing myself. And to jump the way I did in the middle of my strength phase and still have the energy to hit a record on my squats and get stronger, it's just, there's no way that I'm not going to make progress now, because I'm a different person. I'm jumping as high as I did on other days when I wasn't even strength training. This could have been a good jumping day, meaning the way I like attempted that windmill, and it's not every single jump, but it's better. And not only that, but I felt good trying a reverse. I didn't make it, but I felt good. I felt pretty good off one foot. All those little aspects, as well as hitting strength and getting super deep in my squats and hitting every little ounce of every muscle. And that's what I felt like I did every single thing I could possibly do in a workout today. And I just had to stress the fact that in the past too, I've done this, but you really have to find the balance of when to push yourself to the limit, because you can't just keep pushing yourself because you overtrain. But for example, like on Sunday when I hit the PR, I thought maybe I should rest, but it took me like a full day and a half to kind of analyze myself, talking to Daniel and John and different people and even Isaiah, and like trying to diagnose how I should go about this. Because in the past, the reason I'm asking them is because in the past I've tried to do it myself and I wasn't successful, and I've been stuck at this plateau for a long time now. I know I need to get stronger. I know I need more mobility, so I'm never stopping with that. I even stretched after this session, and I might even stretch tonight, and I have a little bit of progress there. If you see me stretching my left hamstring specifically in like a split position almost, it was so bad in my first video, but it's already getting a little better. I can already feel it getting better. I'm going to try to do that every single day just to get my flexibility there, because that's hugely important to be able to build your potential to get stronger. And everything is working, but I just really want to stress the point of every time I've pushed myself harder and challenged myself to see the most I can do is always when I break through and it's a breakthrough mentally and physically. It like allows me to jump higher, but it also allows me to see that I can actually get to that next level. So you really have to push harder. And it was like that moment in the gym when I was dunking where I'm like, I'm slow, I should be able to jump higher. I'm like, you know what, let's jump high right here, jump your highest right here. And you have to just push 110%. I know that's cliche with 110, but you can't just do the same thing over and over again. It's like as you push harder, it gets harder to push harder, if that makes sense. But like when you reach higher levels, it only gets harder, and you have to remember that you have to do even more and push even harder. And it just feels like there's no way I don't improve now, because I got stronger and I was jumping high on a day where the day before I wasn't jumping high at all. And it just seems like I'm maintaining my vert while becoming a different athlete, which is what Daniel said in our podcast, which really resonated with me, because if I'm jumping about as high as I did on other good days, yet my squat is going up, there's no way that when I keep getting my squat up and I get it higher, that when I remove that squat, that newfound strength is not going to just friggin' blast me through the roof. But it's always been about pushing yourself harder. Whenever I have I feel like I'm starting to fall off or something's going a little wrong, the answer's always been for me to push even harder. So that's the moral of the story, is really challenge yourself and always know that you can get better at little things, and there's always room to improve. You can always get stronger. You can always work on something like flexibility. You can always just work on your body or work on your mentality, anything, but there's always room to get better in so many different areas that you can't just rest and think that the next day is going to be better. So you definitely need to rest and take note of your body. Like, for example, I took 2 full days off before yesterday, and that's a lot for me, but I did stretch, and I didn't even feel like I really needed that much rest, because Sunday I did hit a PR, but I didn't feel like today's workout. It didn't feel like I murdered my entire body and jumped a crazy ton, but it felt like I just might need rest because of my jumps were lacking. But I rested 2 full days because 2 full days for me is a lot. So if I rest 2 full days, I know that I have the energy in me, and yesterday was just kind of weak, and it felt like I was just like letting the bad days spiral me downwards, because the days before that jumping were bad. They were like bad technique. I had a bad jumping day on Sunday, the previous Saturday, and the previous Thursday. So for Wednesday to be bad too, it's like, I got to change something up. So today I just went really hard, and I felt like I broke through that negative little barrier of letting myself think I should be able to do this, and having the mental block and physical block of not actually doing it. So that's it. That's pretty much my rants. I just had to get this out because today was a phenomenal day. It felt great, and I'm excited for the future now that I feel like I can. I feel like I've always known how to do it starting from the strength phase, but it's like pushing up a rock up a hill, like that gets bigger and bigger as you get closer to the top, but there's no top. You just keep going up. You just see how high you can go. And it's like, for me, it's like every time I make progress, I have to maintain it, and it's just as hard to maintain as it is to make progress. So I gotta, as soon as something goes off, I can't just not address it. I have to get back into the gym and go even harder and work even harder to keep my footwork good and stay on point and work. And that's, I don't even know, but that's it. Please go hard, and please don't limit yourself by thinking like this, or just like sticking to one thing. Work on everything at all times. Be smart about it, and rest when you need to, but push yourself to the max. And I promise you, if you push yourself harder than you think you can go, you will make that progress that you're stuck at. And if you're not even stuck, then you don't need any of this. But for my boys in the struggle, you know what it's like. And that's it. Thank you for everything. Thank you for listening. I'm loving doing this. I know I wanted to make it daily, but last night I got home late, so I'm like, I'd rather get the sleep that I needed, and it paid off. I had energy today, and now this rant is a lot better. I didn't even know what to talk about yesterday. I was just going to talk about a quick update, but get that fire. Let's go. Much more coming soon. I felt great off the dribble today. It's exciting because I think I could really kill stuff off the dribble. I've never been able to do that, but I can see it now. Visualize what you want and believe you can do it, and do what you have to do to help yourself believe. Like for me, it's like, it's pushing through and just sometimes just going so hard that I'm like, I just like force myself through. But sometimes it's going back to a lower rim and really working on the details to build some confidence. But you got to figure out what works for you, and you got to try everything and keep working. Don't stop. Stay consistent and keep it up. Keep it up. Shout out to my own shirt. Let's go. Dunk Life Still Spinning podcast. We out. Toodaloo.
And I got plenty more where that came from. And my price is right, I never change, bruh. Don't get it done right. And that's every day, that's Dunk Life. Oh, that's the anthem right there.